Hey guys, sorry I'm not there today. I'm not feeling well, so this is the best I can do for you. Today we have to talk about leads. We've got our benchmark coming up on Thursday. It's on Thursday, and we need to get this done. You guys are able to use your binders when you take your benchmark, so put down whatever information in your notes that you think you might need in order to make your essays better when you write them on Thursday. Alright, let's do this quick. I'm going to show you 2 original texts, and I'm going to show you 3 different ways to make those texts better. The first one says, one day we decided to go to Mexico to eat Mexican food. There were 3 of us. Alright, this is telling you what happened. Just like we talked about yesterday, telling instead of showing. We want to show. We want to make our words come alive. We want to get our reader hooked into our story. Here's a second example. I was just sitting there in science class when Ronnie McMillan starts blaming people for flicking a staple in his hair. Again, telling the story, not showing it. Now let's look at 3 different ways to make these 2 different leads better. Here's the first way, action. When we use action to make our leads more exciting, we're explaining what the characters are doing. So for your first revision, you're going to do 3. You have your original in your narrative. You're going to revise through action, you're going to revise through reaction, you're going to revise through dialogue. So when you turn in your revisions to me on Thursday with the checklist, I'm going to see all 3 revisions, but the one you want to use stapled to the front. Alright, so the first thing you're going to do is revise your original using action. So take a look at how they compare. So remember, the original said, one day we decided to go to Mexico to eat Mexican food. There were 3 of us. Now look how it is when we revise it. We neared the booth of uniformed guards, a family of 3 frantically fetching coins out of their pockets to pay the toll. Dad found 2 quarters. Mom gave him 2 more, and I handed him my 2 just in time. He passed us the change to the guard, and we are on our way to Reynosa. It's a bit more exciting, don't you think? Okay, here's the second example. I was just sitting there in science class when Ronnie McMillan starts blaming people for flicking a staple in his ear. Now let's look at it from an action standpoint. The ever-boring Mr. Cecil Elliott's chalk is scratching across the blackboard. The class is quiet. All of a sudden, the school wannabe bully turns around and starts blaming people for flicking staples in his hair. Both of these revisions make me want to read the story more than the original. So again, you are going to rewrite using action. Now, reaction. Here's a second way to rewrite. You want to hook your reader through what the characters, how they're responding to things. So here's your original, the one about Mexico, and here's how we revised it using reaction. A tingle always runs down my spine as I cross the border from the United States to Mexico. I think it is a born sense of adventure, a sense of mystery. So this is how he's responding to his trip. Now here's the second one about the staples and Ronnie McMillan. Thump, thump, thump. My heart is pounding. A furrowed brow and a look of disbelief spread across my face. I want to know why. Okay, so here's your third and final. It's dialogue. I know we haven't had a chance to go over how to punctuate your dialogue, so just do it the best you can. Look inside your books. All of your books are going to have dialogue if it's fiction. Use that as a guide to help you. Dialogue is what everybody is saying out loud. If the character's lips are moving, this is dialogue. It's not necessarily what they're thinking. That's narration. It's what they're saying. And dialogue goes inside quotation marks. Okay. So let's look at the original text. Again, one day we decided to go to Mexico to eat Mexican food. Boring. The dialogue. Let's go across the border to eat Mexican food, Dad suggested. You and Mom can go shopping. Maybe that's not the most exciting revision, but it's still better than the original. Let's look at the second one about the Ronnie McMillan. You did it, snarls Ronnie McMillan in a cold, menacing tone. I want to know what he did. This second one is way better than the first one. So what you're going to do now is you are going to replay this film if you need to. Pause it if you need to take notes. And then you are going to write on 3 different sheets of paper. You can do them in halves if you want. And I want you to do 3 different leads for your story. The leads are, maybe a paragraph long, 3, 4 sentences. Nothing big. You can do it all on the same sheet and divide it up and just put original and then original, dialogue, action, reaction. However you format it is your choice, but I want to see all 3. You do not get credit if you do not write all 3. You have the rest of the period to do this. If you are acting up for the sub will leave me a note and I will deal with you when I get back. You are representing me and my class, our class. Please represent me in the way that I know you can behave. I hope this helps you, and I will answer all questions that you have when I see you tomorrow. Have a good day, you guys. Do good. Bye.